What's going on, fellow A-plussers? It is I, your host as always, Adam Perez, back once again with a brand new video here today as we're going to dive into the MCU once again, ladies and gentlemen. Still on that hype train from the amazing San Diego Comic-Con, all the plethora of reveals that we wind up having, just the announcement alone of Fantastic Four being in Phase 6 with a release date definitely went ahead and certainly got us hyped. So hyped, in fact, we decided to do a little bit of fan casting ourselves, shall we say, as it's not just myself here today. Oh no, we actually have the Trinity of nerds here hanging out with you guys today, as we're going to be giving you guys our personal casting choices for the upcoming Fantastic Four film. Who's going to be our Marvel family of characters, from Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and good old Ben Grimm, the Thing himself. We're going to go ahead and give you guys our personal choices. So should be a good one, fellas. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today, man?
Doing pretty awesome. I will say this right now. I technically cheated with my list, specifically with the Thing, and I'll get more into how I cheated when we get to that character.
That's okay. Maybe I cheated too. We'll see. We'll see. We don't really have a format in regards to this. So if anything, let me ask you guys, before we even get into the cast, do you have any personal choices for director for this movie? We had John Watts attached, and Homeboy bounced on us for some Star Wars. If anybody had to go ahead and fill those shoes, who would you want to go ahead and check it out and do it?
I'll bite the bullet. I'll go ahead and do it.
Go for it.
Zack Snyder.
Okay. Restore the Snyder cut. Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that. Honestly, when he said, okay, I'll do it, I actually thought you literally meant, okay, I'll direct this movie.
Pick up the camera himself. What about you, Stu? You got anybody in mind you'd like to see tackle this?
Yeah, just finished Googling his name because I always forget it. Matthew Vaughn, the guy that directed X-Men First Class and Kick-Ass. I don't know, like choice. Even before Disney bought the rights for all the Fox properties, he was like kind of my personal choice of who I wanted to do Fantastic Four.
I like it, man. I was just gonna go random, not random, but just more or less the everyday answer, John Krasinski. You know, I'm definitely gonna go that route. I love what he was able to do with Quiet Place. I think he is a really solid director, especially considering just the type of movie those two films certainly are. So I do like John Krasinski certainly as a director. But man, Stewart, I think of all of our choices, I really do like Matthew Vaughn. I maybe one of the flyers I would have thrown out was Steven Spielberg. I heard that was like a rumor or a fan theory a while back, and yeah, I haven't heard anything in regards to that, so I'm not going to get my hopes up.
He's finally going to hop on the train. Like, if you can't beat him,
join them. Yo, I love it. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritty here. We're gonna go ahead and kick off our casting announcements with good old Reed Richards, the leader of this particular team. I mean, we've seen different variations of him throughout the years when it comes to Marvel Comics. We got the first glimpse of Reed Richards, if you will, in the MCU recently in Doctor Strange 2, played by none other than John Krasinski. But considering the multiverse world that we certainly live in, and the idea of variants, if you will, introduced to us and Loki, anything is possible as to who will be portraying these characters. So let's go ahead and go around in a circle. I will start with you, Stewart. Reed Richards, who are you casting?
For me, my choice from the really awesome series on Netflix that I highly recommend for all of you guys, Midnight Mass. I'm going to go with Rahul Kohli as Mr. Fantastic. I think he's also in a couple Supergirl episodes, but I'm going to be totally honest and say that I don't remember the character that he played at all because it's just been a while since I've watched Supergirl. But regardless, I think like what works about him is that he's a good actor and he's a nerd. And I say this all the time, like I'm all for casting people that are really going to get into the role. And he seems like someone that if he were cast as Reed Richards, he'd be like super into it. And yeah.
I like that pick. I was actually a big fan of Midnight Mass. I actually thought it was a pretty decent show, pretty creepy also. So yeah, pretty cool. What about you, Indy? Who you got for your Mr. Reed Richards?
The problem is that you're making us choose one. And I have like 3 people that I really, really want to be Reed Richards.
Well, that's the point, man. You have to cut it down to one, man.
I can cut it down to 2. I can get the two.
Give me your for sure, and then maybe your honorable mention.
My for sure, and I'm gonna catch so much heat for this. I think my for sure is Andrew Lincoln from The
Hmm.
Walking Dead.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
To
Wow,
play Reed Richards.
that's a strong one too. Wow, okay, I love it.
It's just because he's known that he's been a lead. He's known to carry. They even have a friggin' Walking Dead series coming back because he's so popular of a character that they're bringing him back. He couldn't stay dead. So I think he would be primed for that role. He just has that look. You know what I'm saying? He's got that look of an older. I don't know at what age they're going to set Reed Richards, but when I see him, I see since this isn't going to be an origin story, they said I see already developed, you know what I'm saying, Reed Richards, and I know Andrew Lincoln can pull that, you know what I'm saying, pull that weight for the character. The next one is only if they do him younger. You know what I'm saying? If we're starting off younger, Timothy Chalamet is somebody that I think could play it younger, but I think he's too. It's not
Too
that he's
young?
too young. He looks too young to be, you know what I'm saying, Reed Richards. Somebody might want him to play like Human Storm rather than Reed Richards, but Timothy Chalamet's like acting chops is just insane. And I feel like any role that you give to him that he really enjoys, he is just going to kill. But it's just going to feel weird looking at a person that looks the exact same age as Tom Holland. You know what I'm saying? Playing Reed Richards. But I believe that if they're going younger, go with it.
I mean, he could be Franklin Richards. He's so young. I mean, Timothy Chalamet, incredible
He
actor,
would
but
make he would make a good he would
still
make a
taking
good
the
Franklin
bib and
Richards.
the baby food off his face. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still so young.
Yeah.
I really love your Andrew Lincoln though, bro. That's a good one.
I was just trying to pick somebody that wasn't John Krasinski.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you led into that, Indy, because for my pick, John Krasinski.
Of course.
I think he's a really great actor. I enjoyed him and Doctor Strange too. I will say this, I wasn't blown away by him, honestly, but he just visually he just looks the role so well. And I do think that just as an actor, if we saw him with more content to certainly work with in regards to a hefty storyline, I definitely do think he could certainly pull it off for sure. So yeah, I'm definitely probably gonna go with John Krasinski here. I know a boring pick, honestly, but I know Kevin Feige recently had just come out and said, "Hey, look, we picked John Krasinski because of the fact that the fans were really wanting him to be Reed Richards." And I was kind of very much under the impression when he said that he might just be meaning for this one particular role. You know what I mean? But I still dig the pick. Give me John Krasinski here for Reed Richards. I know it's a boring one, guys, but I'm gonna stick with it.
See, Kevin Feige said that, but he says a lot of things to throw fans off because
Right.
he's the guy that knows how to keep a secret. It's just too bad that his coworkers don't know how to keep that secret at times.
Yeah, and I do think that he is very good when it comes to fan service. I don't think he can it be a little too heavy-handed, absolutely, but I think giving us John Krasinski at least as Reed Richards, I think was a good move. But I do love both of your guys' casting choices also. So whoever it ends up being, cool.
I think the problem with Kevin Feige is that he's too much of a fan himself. And in the back of his head, he probably had John Krasinski fan casted too, like that'd be perfect. And the problem is it might be too perfect. I do agree with him directing. I don't want him to direct and star. Like this isn't A Quiet Place. I want the director of whoever's going to direct this film. The first family of Marvel is way too important that I want whoever's going to direct it to be focused on just directing. Not saying that he couldn't get the job done. It's just that this is something why we'd rather have him, if he's going to play the role, to play the role. Let somebody else, you know what I'm saying, put their stamp on that so he can put his stamp on the character.
All right, guys. So Reed Richards, fantasy casted. Boom, confirmed. Next up, guys, Sue Storm, the lovely wife of good old Reed Richards. Indy, I will start with you this time. For your Sue Storm, who you got?
I got somebody who's possibly not going to get casted just because she's casted doing something different.
In the MCU or just elsewhere?
In the Sonyverse.
Oh, okay.
But again, this was something where I was having a hard time picking between two people I had. because I really feel like this person is on such a wave that she'd be perfect to cast in the role. Although I feel like another person I feel fits the bill a little bit better.
Who's
But
your
I
number one, man? Who's your number? We can't have all honorable mentions every section. One. You got to pick one.
I'm gonna go with Sydney Sweeney. Um Cast as Sue Storm. But the problem with that is
I like it.
she'll be done with Euphoria probably. You know what I'm saying, by the time
Mhm,
the movie comes down. I mean, she was great in The White Lotus, but she's also set to star in Madam Web. And I
mhm.
don't know if that's something where they want to cross and play, you know what I'm saying, with that, even though Madam Web is supposedly, Sony says, it's gonna come out in 2023. She got plenty of time to do the Fantastic Four, but it's just something about the way she plays characters that I feel that she could fit that role. Just think about it. Nobody had Jessica Alba cast as Sue Storm, and to be totally honest with you, she was one of the best things about, you know what I'm saying, that movie. Her playing that character.
You just like the invisible scene, man, with her when she all her clothes,
Nah,
she's naked.
nah. To be totally honest with you, her saving grace was the second movie for me because she
Ah,
was the only one that seemed like she was actually trying to, you know what I'm saying,
carry the
act.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah, like carry the movie. So I'm gonna go with Sydney Sweeney,
I like it. She's got a
even
great look
though,
to her.
yeah, she's got a great look, even though, you know what I'm saying, Lily James fits the bill a little bit more.
Yeah, Lily James actually was my runner up for sure. I didn't pick her though, but I do like her because I was just thinking about her, not only in Baby Driver, but she just did the Tommy Lee, Pamela
Pamela
Anderson
Anderson
movie.
thing. And
Yeah, she was
that's
really
what I
good in that.
thought. That's what I thought about when,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, she would do it. She's done a lot of work. Downtown Abbey, like some of
Mhm.
everything. Uh I remember
Was
her
that was
like,
that your honorable mention?
yeah,
Oh,
Prejudice, and Zombies was my ish.
yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
So
Yeah, I do love me some Lily James. Yeah, she was my honorable mention also. If I had to pick a Sue Storm, my Sue Storm, I'm gonna go with Rachel Brosnahan. Now, for those of you
hmm,
who don't know Rachel Brosnahan, she actually
hmm.
plays on the marvelous Mrs. Maisel over on Amazon Prime. She's a
Oh, okay.
fantastic actress. Rachel Brosnahan. I think she's just got great range. She's hilarious. She's got some great comedic timing. I really do appreciate the range that we find her in, whether that be her struggling in her divorce, having to balance her kids within the series, along with balancing a career for herself, sort of thing. I definitely do think she's got a great gravitas on screen for sure. She could certainly hold her own, and I would love the opportunity to be able to see her opposite somebody like John Krasinski. I think they're only like 9 or 10 years apart, so I
Hmm.
don't think it's too far fetched that she could be a Sue Storm, even depending on whatever the age range that they're certainly going for
So
this team. So for me, Rachel Brosnahan would be my Sue Storm.
Sue Storm always looked like she was super younger
Yeah, she
than
always
Reed
there's
Richards
always
anyway.
there's always like,
Yeah.
and I don't mean to be like, I don't mean to don't take this the wrong way. For some reason, like Sue Storm has always been presented to me as like the housewife, if you will, like just her hairstyle, at least from the comic books, you know what I mean? And so
Hmm.
when I do see Rachel from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, she got that same vibe and aura to me, but there is definitely a level of like confidence and independence about her that I really, really dig. And so I think she could really bring the Sue Storm character to life for sure. So that would be my choice. What about you, Stuart? Who would you have to play Sue Storm opposite Reed Richards?
See, you're not wrong when you describe Sue Storm as kind of a housewife, but that's also because you're not wrong when you describe her as anything. The reason this pick has the least amount of stakes is because to me, Sue Storm is kind of like one of those characters who feels like a completely different character, just completely based on who's writing her.
Hmm.
The other Fantastic
Absolutely.
Four at least have a lot of their same attributes and personalities, but Sue Storm always feels different. So I'm going with an actress that I know has a good amount of range and isn't afraid to get like silly if she needs to be, isn't afraid to get serious if she needs to be, and kind of
Rebel
looks like
Wilson.
her from
I'm
the
sorry.
Rebel Wilson probably too. But in this particular case, I'm going to go with Elizabeth Banks as Sue Storm. Kind of
Ooh.
looks like her. She can do
Okay.
both serious and funny like pretty well. So I'm going to go with her.
I thought she was Elizabeth Banks. She did Rita, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was great in as Rita in Power Rangers. And I mean she's been in so many great things also. She's such a great actress. All right. So next up, good old Johnny Storm, Mr. Flame On himself. We've seen quite a few people. What we got? Chris Evans, who played him in the first series of Fantastic Four movies. Good old Michael B. Jordan,
That doesn't exist.
and Fantastic Stick is
Fan Four Stick.
Fan Four Stick, as Stewart likes to call it. For me, and I feel like I've said this before, but I am so adamant about this pick for Johnny Storm. Give me Dacre Montgomery. He played Jason in Power Rangers. He played Max's brother in Stranger Things. He was killed off, I think, in season 3. He's been great in both of those particular seasons. He's good looking enough. I think he's got the charisma to certainly woo the ladies, drop the panties, as Johnny Storm is usually known for. Give me Dacre Montgomery. He will be my Johnny Storm here for sure. What about you, Stewart? If you had a Johnny Storm, who would be your Human Torch here?
First, I'm going to say that I actually really do like that pick, but I'm still sticking to my pick. I think it's a really good one. Andrew Garfield.
Oh, I dig it, man. I dig it. We got some Power Rangers coming in, some Spider-Man coming in. I dig it. Is there any particular reason why you went with him?
Just because it's like the funniest thing how he tries to be a nerd in Spider-Man, but he just comes off as cool. Like the fact that even when he's trying to be a nerd, he's so cool shows that imagine like what would he be like if he was actually trying to be cool for a movie. And I think he would be perfect as Johnny Storm because of that. Same exact way he played Spider-Man, just drop the nerd aspect.
I like it. I like it. All right. So Dacre Montgomery, Andrew Garfield for Stewart. Indy, who's your Human Torch, man?
Since both of you kind of like just stuck to your typical script, you know what I'm saying? Adam would go for a Power Ranger. Yeah, Stewart's a big movie buff, so he's obviously gonna go for somebody who was in an iconic movie, coming off of No Way Home. The Andrew Garfield stock is really, really up. So I'm gonna stick to the strip and I'm gonna choose somebody who you would expect me to choose. I'm going Jordan Fisher for Johnny Storm.
Wait, what was he in again?
The Jordan Flash. Fisher. He played Impulse.
Oh, Impulse. Oh my gosh, I love that. Ooh. Actually. Yeah.
I like it, bro. I like it. I had to look it up too for a second.
He is really talented, like especially like from what I hear with a lot of his Broadway stuff. So I would love to see him like actually go into Marvel or just something bigger than CW.
I mean, he's been on Broadway.
Yeah. Most of the stuff is on most of the stuff that he's done has been on Broadway and everything. And with the last season of The Flash being season 9, we ain't got to worry about him coming back doing nothing else.
That is true.
Dude, I like that out of the box choice, man. I really do like Jordan Fisher. I think that's a great choice, man. Good one, Indy. All right, man. So we've got 3 out of our family of 4 here. Maybe not the most conventional nuclear family, but we're working on it, guys. We've got Reed Richards out of the way, Sue Storm, good old Johnny Storm, the man of the hour, Ben Grimm.
There is no Fantastic Four without the Thing.
That's right. I won't kick this one off, but Michael Chiklis, I think from the first Fantastic Four, still probably the best thing that we've had. I even shout out to the costume designer from the first Fantastic Four. I still think it holds up better even than the CGI one that we wind up having. I cannot wait to see the design that they come up for with this man. But Ben Grimm is next up, guys. Stewart, we are back to you. Who's your Ben Grimm, the Thing?
So I mentioned in the beginning that I kind of cheated with this one. And the reason I cheated with this one is because you mentioned like earlier that, great costume that we got in the first Fantastic Four movie. So I have a choice completely based on what Marvel does with the Thing. If it's a CG version of the Thing, my casting choice would be Eric Dane from Euphoria. He's the one that played the dad of Nate Jacobs.
That's a great one, bro. I used to love him in Don't Judge Me, Grey's Anatomy. But I used to love Eric Dane. That's a great one.
I just think he has that perfect Rocky voice, so he'd be perfect as a voice actor. But for the bodysuit, because you need someone big and you need someone who's agile as well and can have fun. We've seen him have a lot of fun in Peacemaker. John Cena as the Thing.
Yo, I kind of dig that too. Man. I would be lying if I said he that name did not cross my path. He certainly did. So I'm glad that you certainly went with him. I think those are two really great choices. John Cena, his stock certainly continuing to rise, and Eric Dane, I think, is a great fit. I think even the idea of them going the route of CGI, I think you could probably still get away with Eric Dane being just the human version of Ben Grimm. But again, they said this wasn't going to be an origin story, right? So I'm expecting he should be the thing already. You guys think?
But you might get like flashbacks or like a photo of him on his desk or something like that.
Yeah, maybe the intro is like flashbacks to
Ooh.
how they got their powers. If you remember like Spider-Man 2 when they did the opening credits, I think they did something like, "Hey, this is what happened in Spider-Man 1 with images and stuff, as you're going through the webs." Maybe they go that route. I think that would be pretty interesting.
They also did that in Incredible Hulk, so it wouldn't even be the first time the MCU has done that.
That's a
That's
good callback.
cool. I like that
That's a good
idea.
callback.
Yeah.
What about you, Indy? It's clobbering time. Who's your thing, sir?
Man, CM. No, I'm playing. Not CM Punk. But
No.
no, you said it's clobbering time, and I automatically got triggered.
Cole Cabana. No? Okay.
No, Jason Segel will be my pick to
Okay.
play the
Okay.
thing. Just because he fits that role as, you know what I'm saying, Reed Richards' best friend, protector. Jason Segel did a lot of great work. And I just think he just fits that, you know what I'm saying, comedic aspect with the if they're going to do the quips and the, you know what I'm saying, jokes with like Johnny and stuff like that. Like it just seems like it will work well on screen. Plus, I feel like he has a voice for it if you do, you know what I'm saying, like the CGI.
Yeah, Jason Segel's a great actor too, and I think I recently read some rumors that he might be in talks. Again, it was just rumors. I hadn't heard of anything concrete as of yet, but that is a really great fan theory, I think, and one that I would certainly be on board with. I think Jason Segel would be a fine choice for sure. What do you think, Stewart? You like
The
Jason
more
Segel?
the more I'm thinking about it, his voice coming from the thing, whether or not it's a suit or it's like CG, I think it would work really well. And I think he has a perfect charisma to be like, Reed Richards' best friend as like the big giant monster or giant, thing.
He
Yeah,
plays like self-conscious, you know what I'm saying, that self-conscious voice very well, even going back to like
Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. That fits Ben Grimm perfectly. For my choice in regards to Ben Grimm, the Thing himself, I want to say I did see this on the internet at least one time. I tried to go ahead and certainly look around for some things myself. I've teased the idea that, man, I would absolutely love to see Dwayne the Rock Johnson as the Thing. Maybe that's a little bit too on the nose with his name being The Rock, and I know he's busy with Black Adam also. So Dwayne Johnson's probably out of the picture. I'm gonna go with David Harbour.
I
Good
thought
old
he was gonna say
David Harbour.
Hasselhoff. I'm like, what?
No, David Harbour. We've seen him in Stranger Things. He was just the Red Guardian in the Black Widow movie. We've also seen him play the very failed Hellboy character. So we also know that when it comes to him being put in makeup and being a creature or a character of some sort, he can definitely go ahead and certainly pull that off if they wanted to. And I just think personality wise too, one, if he's a New Yorker, I think he can hit the accent pretty well of Ben Grimm, whatever his past certainly might have been. And I do think he certainly has the range to deal with those introspective moments of, hey, I can never get my features back sort of thing, but also be jokingly and sarcastic from time to time. So I'm going to go with David Harbour.
I like it. I would have gone with it if he wasn't in Black Widow, if I'm being honest, but like that was kind of like the reason I didn't put him on my
Oh
list.
shit, that's right. He is in Black Widow, isn't he? I
Yeah.
just named it.
You
I
even
literally
said Red
just
Guardian.
named it.
You said Red Guardian. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I mean, they do have people playing. I mean,
Is he? He's not dead, huh?
no,
No.
he's
No,
not.
he's still alive.
He's probably coming back.
No, yeah, he's probably coming back. Damn it. I'm gonna go with The Rock then.
But I mean,
No,
but
I'm
if he's in a suit of CGI, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, and I will say this too, because listen, it's not like that hasn't been done before, right? Because the girl that was in the Eternals that played the main character, she was also in Captain Marvel, wasn't she?
That is true.
John said LeBron James.
No. So I do think it is possible. I do think it certainly is possible. Especially if you come into it with him already being this character or CGI, I think you can get away with it. Probably too much of a stretch. So now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably not going to be David Harbour. But I think out of all of our choices, I really like that Eric Dane one, bro. Really like that Eric Dane one. But
Yeah,
we'll
that,
see.
that
We'll see how
Eric
it goes.
Dane was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, guys, that's our
Wait, wait,
Fantastic
wait,
Four.
wait. No. How do you cast Fantastic Four without Doctor Doom?
Oh,
Oh, that's true.
oh.
I
I mean,
I was like,
I
did he
was just
stop it?
thinking
Are we
that.
done?
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was just thinking the team.
There is
Um,
no Fantastic Four without Doom, period.
I mean, you're right. You're right. I guess there's
Hmm.
got to be a Doom in there somewhere. I did not prepare for this. So Indy, I'm assuming you probably did. So if
I did.
who would you have as your Doctor Doom?
Dev Patel from Slumdog Millionaire.
What's his name?
Dev Patel, DevPatel.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I'm race bending. I'm making Doctor Doom Indian, but I really feel
That's pretty cool.
it worked with Namor for
Uh-huh.
one. You know what I'm saying? Taking him from being Atlantean to, you know what I'm saying, giving him an Aztec, you know what I'm saying, heritage, and with dealing with you know what I'm saying, him being over a different country. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that whole aesthetic would work. And this dude can just act, you know what I'm saying, act his butt off.
I like it, man. I like it. I like the race bending there. I just realized I completely Hollywood whitewashed my team at the end of the day. So I'm glad you're switching it up a little bit there,
Yeah.
Indy. Stewart, off the top of your dome, man, do you got anybody in particular you would like to see as good old Doctor Doom?
God, I can't really think of anyone off the top of my head.
Kevin Feige.
Okay, that would be funny as hell. Not gonna lie. But probably, I guess Jason Statham would be kind of interesting.
Oh, you going the action star route, huh?
Yeah.
You never want the Fantastic Four to win.
Well, I wouldn't want it to be easy for sure. In fact, I would want the Fantastic Four to have to team up with the Avengers to beat them.
There are man, there's so many choices out there for Doctor Doom that I honestly would really like to see. So you know what? I'll do a little race bending myself because I literally was at Fan Expo Dallas this past year, and one of the panelists uh made comment that if they were to be in the MCU, they would love to portray Doctor Doom. Giancarlo Esposito. I'm gonna go with
Yes.
Giancarlo Esposito, good old Moff Gideon himself. What is it? Gus from Breaking Bad. Also,
Hell
uh,
yes.
I definitely think he's got the gravitas to certainly do so. So give me Giancarlo Esposito
Ooh, my fiance just gave me a casting. It makes me rethink who I just casted.
as Doctor Doom.
Yeah,
Who'd she say?
Nikolai Coaster, Jamie
Who's that?
Lannister for the Game of Thrones.
That he was, bro. I
Okay.
literally have a
I
picture.
like that.
I literally have a picture of him up, and I was just thinking. I was thinking of him. I was thinking of Giancarlo, and I was actually thinking of Cillian Murphy, the guy that played the Scarecrow from Batman Begins.
Yeah,
And
she
he
said
Peaky
him,
Blinders
or
too.
she's really into Alexander. She wants Alexander Skarsgård to play every role on the planet. So like she was like, cast him as Malcolm X. I was like, what? Like she's in love with that man. So it'd be one of them too.
I don't know if you could race bend Malcolm X, but you could try. All right. But so that is, ladies and gentlemen, our Fantastic Four fan casting. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section box below. Try not to murder us too badly. We definitely would like to know if you have a team of your own. Who would you certainly like to go ahead and have as your Fantastic Four? Certainly go ahead and let your thoughts be known in the comment section box below, ladies and
These
gentlemen.
are our predictions. No.
But other than that, guys,
I'm
listen.
excited to see which one of us gets the most points when Fantastic Four casting announcement gets announced.
Watch this whole team.
Yeah.
This team is going to be none of the people that we
Well,
announced. Maybe one or maybe
Honestly,
one or
I'm
two.
expecting all of us to be wrong.
Me
Just
too.
because, not because like we're bad at like fan casting, but mostly just because Marvel is always like good at like getting that one actor you didn't expect, but you're like, but that makes sense though.
Yeah,
no,
they're
Kevin
great at fan
Feige
casting.
watches Hero Report and he goes, "It can't be with anything that they do. We
You
can't,
know what? That's what
we
it
can't let
is.
them get more popular than what they are. Change the whole casting, rip it all up, start over again."
Yeah, it's starting from scratch. I totally agree with you guys. All right, but listen, guys. At the end of the day, these are just our A+ opinions. We always certainly want to go ahead and know yours, so let your thoughts be known certainly at the bottom. Indy and Stewart, or let me start off with Indy here. If people can follow you on social media, where can they find you, sir?
Here. Well, why would you go anywhere else? Here. You see that? You see that up there? Just go there. That's who I be. You see me in the comments laughing at most of you.
And Stewart, where can they find you, sir?
You guys can find me at TurboStew01 over on Twitter and on Instagram.
Excellent, bro. And then, of course, guys, if you want to follow us right up here at A+ Opinions, very active over on Facebook. Catch us over on Instagram as well as Twitter. If you guys love your audio podcasts, we are currently over on Spotify along with Apple Music. Just go ahead and Google or search for A+ Hero Report. You'll certainly find us there, and definitely join us over in our Discord forum community. There's a link in the description box below, guys. But until next time, that's going to do it for us here. We'll certainly see you this weekend. Until then, do me a big favor. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Keep it A+. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.